about the whole political landscape changing in Ghana. Now, papaya the picture at that screens no so no. For those of you who name friend Martin Kpebu. Before Mahama's inception, no papaya no part said we need Mahama back because Mahama 8 years now or in opposition. He's learned his things and also no paper neton issue nyansa. So he believes that Mahama is in the best position to lead the country. But then 8 months down the line, what we are seeing right now is that this particular man is saying, Mahama is weaponizing the justice system. Now, this same man, Martin Kpebu, a friend is saying, defended the constitutional and as the removal of the Chief Justice, Madam Getru Tokonu. But now, no party say, Sena Niema Kono, it is quite evident, say, the MPP, the NDC, is using or weaponizing the whole justice system against their political enemies. Now, Odin Sansimu Betuja during Abronye's capture and subsequent detainment again. Now, we gave you an earlier update. Martin Kpebu said he doesn't want to be part of this particular government if John Dramani Mahama and his Attorney General and the UCO and the IGP will continue arresting people and refusing to give them bail for a little charge, the misdemeanor charge. Now, yesterday, Martin Kpebu again retreated. San seminar beam all parties say, Ebra Urizi alarm say, Niema kosono, ni enje hon any ade no. We who say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it is we no, itia we no party say, yes, indeed. At the end of the day, they are doing something about it, and then they want to assure on person catch a Ghana funyan saying yes, ebi or masheda, and ebi or muditini a bema, a friend is saying, Abronye, and they are going to release him, and Mahama in his own power is going to do everything to release him by Monday. Share in some or the tuja at the end of the day, better also because in some night and the brown riding on this particular platform. No, once again, this
is not what we voted you guys to come into office to do, and I made that point clear. I was here saying, hey, let JM come. NDC, MPP had lost the plot. Let NDC come. And then less than 1 year, you're beginning this way. No. You will be sure that we will soon move out our support if you are hard of hearing, if you can tone deaf. But I don't think we'll get there. No, we'll not get there. Once Dr. Ayine is stepped in, I believe he will do us proud.
I see. You say Kpebu number 4 deals with this.
Yeah, look, Monday, the fact that the judges are adjourned for a week doesn't mean they have to wait for a week. Even if they want today. But of course, because I can imagine that negotiating and doing certain things will take some time. So for me, Monday is a good day. But if today, they even want today, this afternoon, whether midnight, whatever time, it can be done. Tomorrow, it can be done. Because the courts have made it clear that they will sit any day. Even when the judicial staff are on strike, they are not working. The court can sit. That's Kpebu number 4. So, right. And that's development. That is development. The development starts with our mindset. It's not about hospitals and roads alone.
So that was lawyer Martin Kpebu in some of the Betuja or Patches said government of Ghana needs to do what is right. And according to him, what is right in this particular regard is releasing Abronye because untimi enchu be on the premise and nipano what can be and I say adena okan and yet fine, that itself can be considered a crime. Okay, but then nipana also waka 7 or the nakwa courts. Now at the end of the day, charges are the born no kama yintia was misdemeanor. If it is misdemeanor, why on earth are you keeping the person? That is the whole argument that lawyer Martin Kpebu say. NDC for everything should say the MPP for the year ama governor and no former chief justice how omudi arrest ama governor and no. They are doing the same thing. And according to lawyer Martin Kpebu Opache say so one sorry ankasa echna so ebeye ono. One shot obi entucha the end, and according to him, Attorney General Ayini confirmed say yes, the Justice Department, which is being led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, basically an action coming say, and yes, coming, it is a fact say they want to step in this particular case, and then what they want to do is simple. They want to make things right. You know, as early as Monday, we should be expecting the release of a year Bema Abronye. Also, no, me no can say, you know, NDC form pennyful be so ababe kasa or more patches say Martin Kpebu. If this is his argument, then he's right. One of the things you have to notice that Martin Kpebu have been very consistent with his criticism. I didn't hear a B. Now, once again, Nipa or the same way ebe tuja one of NDC faithfuls okupimo ewo program asia or patches say who be here say ye bebo lawyer Martin Kpebu abaso because he's been very consistent. Nipa American say me Godwin Edwoji Tamakulu or patches say NDC through His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, they can confirm on authority say in Semnon or Mama order say Abronye should be released by Monday and could see somewhere by Petuaso.
I think it's only fair that I acknowledge my senior brother Martin Kpebu for his consistency. Much earlier I was listening, because I was listening on radio.
That's true.
When he made his initial comments relative to the issues about arrests, detention, refusal of bail, and others. I think his consistency is admirable.
Indeed.
In every society, particularly democratic as we have it, you need gadflies like Kpebu to consistently give the horse a bit of a stink to keep it, you know, moving. What I find troubling is when I listen to people like Godfrey Adame and co pontificate on due process, the rule of law, among others. Their experience is extremely horrible. It's a past that we should never go back. Because you see, I've always maintained I've been a man, like you say, a man in the arena in some of these matters. And I saw how the law was weaponized to achieve certain outcomes that were extremely troubling. Thankfully, relative to the matters involving Abronye, the government of Ghana has nothing to do with it. If you look at the charge sheet, it has to do with the fact of maybe the IGP and some other issues emanating from that. But what we will not take is moral lessons on how the law should work from the likes of Godfrey Adame and co. I mean, I do not want to go to the past and trying to revive some of this conversation.
Please do. He has to be punished for
it. To revive some of this conversation. But you see, Martin's advocacy on the issues of bail, to the point of even going to the Supreme Court, particularly following the decision in Goldman, where more or less the court took a position that bail for certain offense is non-bailable and others. And getting the same court to intervene again to say that, you know what, we think with the benefit of hindsight, all offenses should be bailable. Unless, of course, the bail conditions and others. I remember vividly, there was a guy, and I'll tell you the story. There was a guy who was my party member. Then he had done a video. And in the video had, you know, made certain comments against IGP Dampare. And the Minister of Interior, what's the name? The last Minister of Interior, Henry Quarty. Quickly, they issued a statement for his arrest and declared him wanted. So as usual, Director Legal there, I was approached. Then I said, look, on these matters, you are better off going to the police than being arrested. At least when you get arrested, it affects your bail application and others. So I spoke to the family that wherever he is, he should be allowed to go to, and got him a lawyer. The guy went to the police and they arrested him and detained him. All attempt to get him bail became a problem because he had threatened Dampare. Immediately, he was processed for court. I remember, we approached the judge in open court for bail. And so, this young man, upon hearing his name, he himself walked to the police. If he wants to run away, he wouldn't have come. So on these grounds, he should be granted bail. The judge refused. At that time, Godfrey Adame was the Attorney General of the Republic. He was the Attorney General, and he knew what was going on. You know what the judge even told her? That he won't grant bail, and that he will do expeditious trial.
Jesus Christ.
And guess what? Because of the schedule, because of election, I pleaded with my senior, Francis Xavier, to help with the defense. Guess the judge was doing the trial every day. There are times my senior, Francis Xavier, will be late. The judge will ask the accused person to defend himself.
Hey.
And sometimes tell him, do the cross-examination yourself. Until she ended up convicting him for 4 years. Yes, my branch executive in Seoul, this year. Godfred was the Attorney General. They just said no bail, not even with this one that the day is given, you know, it will be reconsidered and all of those things. He's around. It was just until 4 years. It's just until recently that we did bail pending the appeal, that it was considered and he was granted bail. This is a horror that we've had to endure over the period. So sometimes when I see the pontification, yeah, I agree. Why would you use bail as a tool for punishment? What if at the end of the day you find a person not guilty? What would have been the end when you have already kept the person? But the lessons we will not take from people who want to tell us what the law should be today. When we look at their horrible record, I personally, I don't even have an opinion on these matters because